Ears, good. And then mouth, good. And legs, well done.
11-year-old Toda Frimpong living with Down syndrome is a pupil at Wilmore Christian Academy. She is in primary 4. According to Toda's teacher, Emmanuel Lai, she is able to interact with her peers as well as participate actively in class. Down syndrome is a genetic disorder caused when abnormal cell division results in extra genetic material from chromosome 21. Down syndrome causes a distinct facial appearance, intellectual disability, and developmental delays. This may be associated with thyroid or heart diseases. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 1 in every 700 babies are born with Down syndrome globally. Toda's mother, Agnes Konyamite, has faced many challenges, including stigmatization. Her husband abandoned her due to Toda's condition.
I went through depression. I was depressed. For all those years that I had not come to acceptance, I was depressed because my husband will not also accept the fact that I've given him a child who is not holding her neck normally, like every child should, because because of their low muscle tone, they are not able to hold their neck on time, they are not able to sit on time, crawl on time, every milestone delays. So he's also blaming me that in their family they don't have such a child, so it is my child, so I should take him. So you can imagine coming from a broken relationship and then getting this one and just to hold on to it, for people will think that if it is this, that then it's me and I'm in this subine. But I know myself say me subine.
Collins Enieje also has a 15-year-old daughter, Akresi, living with Down syndrome.
Makunto kwa de bia me fi chese usi kwa so se oba bi obi hu bia no okokora no adana ni ahwe ye hwe no bia me konto kwa na me yire se me kon ya me nyai bia ne kase eno nti no mo yesa na mse ne nti obi nso nchen we bia hia no hwe no bia hia bi fro bi kura tora obi se wo se mi nua bi.
We asked about the cost of healthcare.
We have health insurance, but our health insurance does not cover most of our medical conditions. I'm now confronted with about 2 or 3 parents who have to do open heart surgery for their children, and they have to, with Down syndrome, and they had to travel outside in India for the surgery. The cost for the surgery alone is $9,000, with other traveling expenses and such like. And all these things has to be borne by the parents. If you are lucky, then you have the friends or community raise funds for you. Last year, with my parent support group, we lost 5 children. All to heart problem.
Persons with Down syndrome, like other physically challenged persons, are expected to benefit from the District Assembly Common Fund. However, disbursement has not been regular.
I tried assessing it myself, so I registered for it 3 years ago. It took me over a year, and I was given 870 cedis for the period. And I've been trying to renew the registration since. I've not been able to even get the person in charge to register. When I went to register, I was told that the funds was going to be made available to me in every 3 months. But I watched it once after a whole year, and I've not got it again, and I'm in the 3rd year. When you have a child with disability, and you know that at the end of every month or at the end of every quarter, you get this amount of money from government in support of your child. You live up to it, you look forward to it. So I'll plead with government that now that everything is data, they should take a census of persons with disabilities, categorize as this person has Down syndrome, this person had autism, this person had disability and others, and cerebral palsy and others, and then make the funds available to the parents to take care of their children, because the parents only need a few amount of money to sell something in front of the house because she's not able to leave the child and go out to work.
Some parents, like Mr. Nieje, are oblivious of the benefits of the District Assembly Common Fund.
No, maybe it is say the new fee a shaman, a honey. If you are shaman buy a fruit 3 cars and then you do a transportation, me 50 Ghana in society 2 cities, men in and out. So say the one here the word September no 16 years. Timmy here was a behama when you be. The
Ministry of Education, as part of its core mandate, is to ensure inclusive education for persons with disability. However, that has not yet been achieved, as many schools have not been able to adjust. Hence, such children are denied enrollment.
So can you mention some in the class? You want someone to learn the mention one. Fun, good, and what? What are you sitting on right now? Chair, good. Yes, but what about you?
Toda's teacher, Mr. Lai, said Toda is being handled like any other child with little assistance to enable her catch up with her peers.
Now show us some of the parts here. Roots, and what else? The middle part, you said what was the name of the middle part? Stem, well done. So this is a stem, isn't it? Good. The enthusiasm Toda has for learning is so high, and that's what makes me love what I do, because she's always willing to learn. In case maybe so the children should go and play, she'll come back and tell you that, oh, I want to read, I want to do that. She's always carrying a book around. She wants to learn. When they are together, there is no difference. We try to make our teaching simple for everyone to be able to assimilate. So here at Wilmore, we have accepted them, studied them, understood their condition, and we teach beyond that. We look beyond that and teach them as normal kids. So they are perfect in the classroom. They mingle well with other students. If you really observe it from the teacher's point of view, it doesn't matter the person you are dealing with. Kids are actually a little bit unique in their own way. So they are all difficult in particular ways. But if you learn to pass that, you realize that they are unique people. Some of us teachers look at the future some of these kids have, the kind of people they can be, what they can bring to the table as a country, what they can offer us, and the kind of impact they could give to the nation. So that is what motivates us, to see a better Ghana, to see a better future, a better world out there. That's what we look at, and that's what motivates me, or that's what drives me to do my work.
Some parents have for many years abandoned their children with similar conditions. It is against this background that Down Syndrome Ghana Foundation was established. This year's Down Syndrome Awareness Day was celebrated on the 21st March 2022, themed Inclusion Means.
Inclusion for me means acceptance. Inclusion for me means that my daughter should be respected everywhere she goes. It means that when she gets everywhere, everybody should respect her, that she's also God's creation, aside the fact that she might be intellectually disabled. I always say that persons with Down syndrome has their own kind of intelligence. Their intelligence is not like I have my intelligence or you have, but they also have their own kind of intelligence. Inclusion to me means my daughter should be enrolled in the mainstream school. Her friends should be typical children. Her best friend should not be another child with Down syndrome. Her best friend should be a typical child in a mainstream school. Inclusion means that when my daughter is sick and I go to the hospital, care is given me like any other person. Not that this child is always at the hospital. So today too you are here, what do you want? Inclusion to me means she should get the medical care that any other person is having.
She hopes that persons living with Down syndrome like Toda or any other form of disability would be given the necessary support to become useful to society.